I brought you
This is amazing.
some tanning gifts because we're not open anymore.
That's what I was gonna talk to you about.
Right.
Yeah.
I brought a matching hat.
Oh, wait.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Shit.
Aw.
Kate, do you want to wear this then?
No, I definitely don't want to wear that.
Oh, thank God, because I really want to wear it.
Use your bag.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
I am compensated for what?
I'm giving you all my money for the rest of my life.
Oh, it's on camera.
Uh-oh.
Compensated as Gavin Newsom allows.
Yes.
Mm.
Do we have to wear a mask?
No. As
Everyone else
on-camera
does, though.
talent, we don't have to do anything we don't want to. Non-stop, right?
Correct.
You are busy like all the time.
Like 24/7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, what's the reality of like operations? Like, how do you guys?
I think people are afraid to go outside, Kate. They're afraid to share, they're afraid to have shared space with others because they think that they'll get sick. So it's been like really interesting. I don't know like if and when beauty businesses are allowed to open up, like how are they going to have more than one person in there? And the person that's providing the service, how are we going to be able to comfort them in a way to know that like no other people have been in the space that have had an illness before?
Yeah. But right, you just have to like trust that you guys follow the whatever safety protocol that you have as a salon, and then just, I mean, the fact that the news and the social media are just scaring us into like staying inside is not helping, I feel like.
Right, exactly.
This was never like that.
Like I'm like learning new things. I'm like doing yoga outside with friends. Just like normal everyday people things that I didn't have a chance to do before when I was indoors 24/7, 7 days a week, you know?
What I've been doing, I mean, like stalking you on Instagram.
Really?
You always post the most entertaining stuff ever. Like you're singing with some single men. You always
They
tag
are
them.
single, by the way. Are you single?
I don't know. Like,
Wow, the Hollywood sign is still here.
it's pretty.
Someone
here.
was posting pictures that it said Hollyweed. Did they like steal the two O's
They
and made
put,
it E's?
okay, so what happened is I think that they so they made an E out of the O.
An E out of the O. Oh, just
So
by
they,
drawing
like,
a straight line?
So they like blacked out like a little piece of the letter. So
I
it
know, but
looked
was
like,
that Photoshop is my question?
No, it was really done.
So you're telling me that someone climbed the mountain
Yeah,
illegally?
like a couple of years ago on New Year's Eve, yeah. Because I was
That was so
hiking
funny.
the other day after that, and there's like a secret trail how to get there. So this was all shut down, and there were like helicopters all over the place. But I was still able to like hike a little closer, and still saw the hollow weed part when they were just taking it down and making it back into an O.
Right.
It's nice here.
It is nice here. This is my first time I've ever been to this place.
Surprisingly, almost every single person who I like invite to do this, even like LA locals, they're like, "Oh, I've never been here before."
Is this where you met last week?
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Like, I could not move
I
because
don't blame
I was
you.
in shock. Like, I thought, like, oh, okay, like, I'll be able to get over this. It's not really that big of a deal. But
It's a big deal.
I've had her for 13 years. She was like my morning, afternoon, evening. She came with me everywhere. And then, like, I was like, well, I don't really know where she went, like, what happened. And then I went to go check the mail right before I was leaving for you. And she showed up in a box. And what I mean by that is she had died a week before, and then they cremated her. And then they sent her to me in the mail. And I was like, what am I, and I expected that, but they said at least 3 weeks. I didn't know what to do with her ashes, and they said to like, you can spread them, you can put them in an urn or whatever. Like, what are you supposed to do with cremated ashes?
She like got lost and had a chip in her?
No, she was actually getting very sick for a long time. Like, she wasn't able to breathe, and I was investigating like what was going on with her, and I had a lot of different opinions, and then all of a sudden,
Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh my
It's
God.
the creepy person that's
Hi.
following you around. Hi. Hi.
We're
So,
doing the Heather.
hi
Shirley.
Heather, nice to meet you. So, hey,
This
everybody, see this sweatsuit? It's all thanks to this girl that I walk around looking like a weirdo.
You're the other, you like to sweat. You do the sauna.
Yeah, I do the same thing, the hot yoga. And now it's closed, so
This is amazing.
we're gonna start our own like sweatsuit team. It will be like a soccer team, but everybody's gonna like. My mom in Israel now was gonna get one of these.
I love
We can
it.
Zoom with
I'm
her.
gonna try
in,
to
like,
get this
sweatsuits.
company to like sponsor the podcast or something.
We
And
should
everybody,
totally do
everybody
that.
just sweat it out, like sweat the stress away. That's how you
Amazing.
do
So
it.
what yoga do you do?
I do like all of it. I love
No,
it.
she does like she has a little sauna thing.
So you
like
do it in the
infrared.
sauna?
Oh, like I have an infrared sauna.
What's happening with that pocket?
I'm just trying to give her a card.
Oh, I see. I was like, what's going on with the pocket?
We're having presents and all kinds of things.
You guys are so
today.
cute.
I saw Mila and Gigi.
Yeah, I told him to like say hi.
Well,
All right, next up on the podcast, Shirley Brenner, not in a sweatsuit though.
I'm gonna make her
Hi,
wear
guys.
the sweatsuit, and I'll wear the sweatsuit myself too. Sorry to interrupt. You were talking about the doggo.
No, yeah, she was just
Oh
like
my
she was
gosh.
getting sick for a while. I wasn't exactly sure what was like going on with her. There were different opinions. I had different lab reports done. I had blood work done. I had everything, and basically, you know,
They can do that. They can just do that for you, and just
There's a place
send
called-
the dog back in the.
there's a place called MASH. It's like Metropolitan Animal Specialty Hospital, and they have like specialized doctors there that can check the reasons like why
No,
like an
but
animal is sick.
like, how is that? So she was there. She was there.
I had an appointment for her. I booked it 3 weeks before, but because it's COVID, people were saying that a dog could get COVID, but I had a lab report from a different doctor that said otherwise, which was not the case. And so when I brought her in, they were like, yeah, your dog is struggling to breathe, and they did an EKG reading on her, which means like they read her heart, and they said that her right valve had already collapsed and the left one was at 3%, and they've never done an EKG reading for a dog that was still alive that had that little of heart failure left. And I was wondering how it was possible that her system got so potently ill so quick, because she was 12 years old. She would have been 13 on July 14th, 2020. And so she died in my arms because I said I want to see her back from heart failure. So,
Man, I'm
and then
so
they just
sorry.
take, and then I just said, okay, so you have to accept that just happened. And then the nurse was like, do you want to stay in here and hold her? I was like, I just felt her heart collapse, and I just felt her last breath. So you can take her in this blanket, and I'm gonna leave out the back door, and that's gonna be the end. And they said, okay, so just like I had to sign a piece of paper to talk today, I had to sign a piece of paper that allowed them to send her away to get cremated, and then to send her back to me. So I actually still haven't opened the box yet. They said they would give me a paw print of her and a nose print or whatever, but I haven't opened the box to look because I think it would
Christ,
just...
that's so heartbreaking. I'm
Right?
sorry. This is like.
Sorry, sad
Oh no! It's my mom has a very my mom has like your dog but in black. We've had her. Somebody gave her to me as a present when I was 17. I'm now 29, so she's like same age, like right, almost 30. I don't know, it's an old, but she's such a big part of the family.
Right.
It's impossible to even like think, and she's getting old, and there's like every 6 months something like major happens. She has like a cyst, or she's now like barely has any teeth, and she's like an old. It's hard to, but still, it's.
Well, I'm looking to adopt an animal. My
but
landlord
like a
asked
big
me...
dog now. I saw you
Right,
were
I want
saying.
a German Shepherd.
There you go. Do you have a place that you can have any sense?
Yeah, they like my landlord already asked me, like when I told him, I was like, by the way, because people had sent flowers to my doorstep, so there was flowers everywhere, and my landlord was like, hey, you know, there's flowers on your doorstep. I said, yeah, that's because people have sent me flowers because my dog died. And he was like, oh, are you gonna get another one? And it's because on your lease you have to like claim who lives there. And so I was like, not anytime soon, but
I don't
Hollywood
understand.
Huskies, I follow them on Instagram, and I think that they have dogs and cats for adoption, so I think I'm gonna do that.
Huh.
I kind of want a cat too, but I don't know about
Yeah.
having a cat litter box. I feel like that would be smelly.
Mine doesn't smell, but I think like it depends on the cat too. My cat is like super
What kind of
clean.
cat do you have?
Just a stray cat. Like I got
A stray cat? Is it like a
Um,
Siamese cat, a calico cat?
I don't.
Like an orange one, a white one?
Just black.
Oh, it's a
All-
black cat.
All black. He's very interactive.
He's a boy.
He's a boy.
What's his name?
Boo.
Boo? Like
Yeah,
peekaboo? Like Boo,
just
it's Halloween?
Boo. Yeah.
Ah,
just Boo.
that's so cute.
He's the best, but like he is a clean guy himself. Like he poops in the box and then he would never touch it again until I clean it. He would just like straight up walk up to me and be like, yo, I need to use the bathroom again, but there's still shit from yesterday, like clean that.
Oh, is that how it works? They communicate to you?
Straight up, like, and
Get outta here.
I can understand, oh, because I'm with him the whole time. Like I know that, you know, okay, that's the bathroom look or that's the hungry look or whatever, but he's a very
Right.
interactive boy. He
So what do you
almost
do
is
when
like
you
a dog.
travel though? Like, can you bring a cat on an airplane and like, do you have a cat sitter? Like, do you allow people to stay in your house? Do you call WAG who walks dogs? Do they walk cats?
I mean, I usually, if I go for like a long time, somebody just takes him and there's always like a line of people who want them because he's just such an awesome cat. So there's always like either a neighbor or like somebody, you know, who I trust. So usually the same person. But if I go for like a couple of days, he either just stays and I have somebody just, you know, drop off some like food or whatever. But you can take a cat with you. I feel like
Do you
if
have plans
get,
to travel?
Yeah.
Where, like, are you gonna fly by airplane or are you going
So
to
like
drive by car?
Russia, no.
Oh, I thought that they closed the borders.
I mean, nobody's gonna stop you from leaving if you want to leave.
I
so-
know, but I don't think you can get back in unless you have a U.S. passport. Do you have one?
No, I don't. But it's not entirely true.
That's
mean-
what I heard.
Yeah, but it keeps changing. And if I go, I'll go in like a week or two from now, or maybe like maybe closer to the end of August. I feel like things can be different by then. And then if I go, I usually go to Russia for like at least a month, right? So it's like I won't be coming back until like later September anyway. So I'm just, but then again, you know, I'm hearing so many like horror stories about traveling, but some people just get on a plane and travel. And I just feel like you have to like do your research and make sure that you call like, you know, every, the problem is you have to stop. Like there's no direct flights anymore. So I'd have to go through Turkey or France. And like I can leave here and I can definitely get into Russia, but some shit can go down in the middle where I don't know. You know, what if
Right, but do you think that it's safe to like travel by yourself right now?
yeah. I mean, as far as COVID, I'm not
Yes.
scared of that.
Why?
Cause I feel like just statistically in my age and strength of like how I feel, I feel like it wouldn't affect me even if I got sick. I'd just get better.
Really?
Yeah.
What is an antibody? Like, I don't understand what that means.
It's something that develops in your blood after you were exposed to the virus of any kind, and it's constantly happening with us, like, you know, when we're affected by some seasonal flu, I guess. And if you had it, you know, you'd be immune to getting it again in that exact form.
Right, but I want to know, like, what are the symptoms, you know, because if people are flying and they have symptoms, like, do you have to show that you've had a test that's negative before you're allowed to get on an airplane?
Yeah, I don't think you need that, but I think that they can see, like I was reading, the most confusing was the Turkish website, because then you kind of like, you have to tell them what's the reason for your traveling, and if it's like a medical reason, then none of it matters. Like you can just go wherever you're going, you just have to have like a
But
letter.
for what medical reason would you need to leave the country?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I'm a citizen in Russia though, and everything's like cheaper. Like right now I'm having I had a surgery plan to do like some dental work there, and it's actually like getting worse. So I can get like a bunch of letters from Russian doctors saying like, you know, we had this surgery planned and she has to get it done there because like, well, it's 10 times cheaper to begin with. I don't
Right,
know.
I know. I don't think, yeah, I know. There's a lot
It's not an emergency like that though. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. It's confusing. I just hope that I can do that.
Right.
But also, I don't want to be stopped. Like, cause what if they randomly like, based on like your temperature or something, will put you in like a hospital facility somewhere in Istanbul?
I had a chiropractic appointment last week, and yes, they took your temperature, and it like the same, you know, you had to wear a mask and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't know. It's very. I don't think that it's healthy to stay at home and good in any way to be shut down as a city for this long, especially now that like everything else is up. Like in Russia right now, the city's back open, and so same as in Sweden and what other countries? I don't know, Jesse, you're shaking your head. Do you know more information on that?
I do. I'm shaking my head because there's a fly in my ear, though.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 second. I just need to check my phone for a second. Not to interrupt or anything. He's too pale to see you, and
That's fine.
you're too-
I'm not ready either.
You're actually too. She's too pale to show her off. Also, so.
Who is it?
I can't tell you her name.
It's gonna remain mystery, but
It's a mystery.
Do I know her?
You can check my Instagram. She's my latest post.
Uh-oh.
I'll
Uh-oh.
do that.
I'll make you go fetch. Did that work or no?
Yeah, that was cute.
I mean, I think that you're adorable. I think that he's gonna find. He's gonna.
I just like that you always do that. There's like every week there's a different man in your story who's like.
Oh, I
either
have a million
singing-
friends.
Yeah, but you give them such a interesting like introduction in your Instagram story thing, and it's just always entertaining. Cause I just go like, okay, now I have somebody to stalk for the rest of the day. It's funny. It's funny.
Okay, so do I have the right to film you?
Yes. Hello, hello.
We're here to make America tan again.
Yes. I'm in my maternal.
Kate, open your present.
Oh, okay.
You're the first one I am giving this gift to, and we're gonna start selling it. So let's see what's in there.
Oh, that's exciting.
Did someone get you flowers?
Some hot chick named Heather did. Look at that. Clarity. Quartz crystal water therapy. Yes. It's exactly what we need.
I'll show you how to use it. So these are not in my favorite bottles, but they're clear. So you just go like this. This one's sandalwood, and so it's supposed to like give you like fresh vibes, like when it's hot out, like it is now, just like that. Okay, so that's how you can prep your skin. What else did you get?
My God. Well, see, you gave me so many things I can't even hold it. Ooh, what's that?
Okay, so this is a post-tanning lavender moisturizer, so you can use this to rub this in if you make any mistakes on self-applying your tan. Since we're not opened, we need to teach people how to tan themselves at home, and I'm gonna be the person to do it. So I'll show you how to use this, and obviously you should like clean your face first, which is what we kind of just did. This is the lightest one, it's a 7, but I brought every single color so you can try them all. So it's just like 1 foot distance from your face.
And that's gonna make me tan?
Yeah, it's clear, so give it like, a few minutes.
I'm gonna do
It's like a mood ring, but it's a mood tan. All right. So, and then what else did you get?
I don't know.
You got a postcard to send to a friend. It needs to be a pale one, and what does it say?
Dear pale friend, come true for free the best airbrush.
Wait, what does it say?
Come try.
Come try
Come
for
try
free.
for free the best airbrush tanning in LA. I am sure you will
Never be
the same. Heather Tans, Sunset Boulevard. Not anymore.
Oops, heathertans.com. Yeah, so I mean, it's there. It's there. We will open up again. It's just like, and we have to wait until the government
That's
says
so
that we can.
fun.
Isn't
I
that
love
cool?
it.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, you can actually just keep this. It's already stamped, so you can send it to someone, or you can
send
keep it.
Jesse, I'm not gonna send it to you because we're neighbors.
Ah,
But you
Well,
need to get that.
You're not allowed to
Very
put your
fair.
hands in his mailbox. That's actually against the law. Unless you have his key and you're watching his cat and he lets you check his mail while he's out of
Does
town.
We
have my
do all
keys.
that. We do all that.
I know, Ben has a key to my house too.
Oh, look
So
at that.
that's how close of a friend he is, and that's how much I would trust him to take you on a date. He is worth a lot of money now, not to brag, but I would say that he would take you out to dinner anytime you want.
Done. Done.
So, yeah.
I like dinners.
I like dinner too.
I
So
like dinners.
just make
and
sure that when a guy
money.
takes you out for dinner, make sure that you're not the one paying for it. Does that make sense? Like
It makes
splitting
perfect sense
splitting
to
bills
me.
doesn't work anymore because all females are like unemployed unless they're like doing somebody's makeup or like doing someone's hair, which they're not allowed to be doing because if you touch someone's hair, you're gonna get sick and you're gonna get everybody else sick. So there's a lot of commotion going on about whether who has a job or not. So I'm considered
I'm
unemployed.
I'm unemployed.
I filed if you want that information.
Jesse usually helps me with that stuff. Why was did we ever do any kind of an unemployment insurance?
You did, and you needed to call between the hours of 8 and noon to get a number from me to unlock the rest of your benefits.
I know, it's so confusing that I don't think anyone knows how to read the contracts or to sign the paperwork. So
I don't.
when they said you can't, like, they'll contact you, but they're gonna call you from a blocked number and they only call
do that
once.
too.
So if you don't pick up,
Wait, I'm gonna
wait,
do a
I
little
need
story.
I need to use all the filters.
Oh, you want to do filters?
No, you can do a regular one and then we can change the filters. I
do
love,
like a-
I just discovered all these filters on Instagram. It's because I never updated my app.
How's this?
Sparkle Kingdom!
Heather's with us tonight doing the podcast and
The only
bunch
thing
of
missing is my
presents.
husky. Or my Great Dane or whatever that
So
new
you were
dog
gonna
is called.
say a husband.
A husband, that too. But I wear a wedding ring just in case I don't feel like asking
I
or
do
saying yes to
too.
people that want to take me on dates.
Just because, like, yeah, fuck off everybody.
Yeah.
Sparkle. I love it.
Oh, this is my favorite one. Did you notice this one's my favorite? Kate, isn't it so funny? I was calling your name Quentin Tarantino.
That was so funny when you tagged me in the story and you just start saying the beginning of my last name and then it's just the blabber.
Because it's Tumatova.
Tumanova.
Tumanova, like supernova, like the star.
Yes.
I know, but Quentin Tarantino, is he from Russia also? Or where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
I know.
Moscow.
Moscow. We should tag Moscow.
But I live in Hollywood.
Do you live in Hollywood? Hollyweird or
Hollyweird.
Hollyweed?
Hollyweird.
Or Hollywood?
And I wear maternity dresses because it's 100 degrees and I'm sweating in places I don't want to be sweating.
I know, but does that mean that you're advertising for because you're trying to get pregnant?
No. No.
Or you just want a husband to buy you dinner?
I just want my body to breathe.
I know how that feels. That's why I wear flowy items. Oh, that's all they get.
It's all fun. I actually had a list of things I wanted to talk to you
Okay.
about. Okay, so business, we talked about that.
So business is going to continue. I'm
Okay.
waiting on Gavin Newsom to declare that so. Next.
Yes, we're all men. We talked about men. Well, at least one man.
Well, I mean, I have a million man friends. It's
Are
kind of.
you single?
Am I single? Well, I would say yes.
Okay. Next, spiritual shit and how to stay sane. How are you staying sane? Because you're posting always these like sarcastic memes, but they're always like spiritual and kind of like fulfilling messages and empowering.
Oh, well, that's because I finagled my Instagram following. Oops, I didn't tag you on these. One
It's
second.
fine.
Yeah, but 1 second. Gotta give credit where credit's due. So I started to like read a lot, and then I met like friends who. Sorry, I'll do this later. I met the right people. Like I asked like people that were healthy and drinking water, and like there was this girl that left a party, and I wouldn't call it a party, it was more like a gathering because during COVID you can't have a party. So it was like a 6-foot gathering, and she left.
Can't have a gathering either.
No, I know. She left though at 6 p.m. and was like, I need to go all the way to the west side. And I was like, why would you leave? Because there's only a couple people here. And once you leave, that means everyone's going to break up and we're all going to go home. She goes, well, you can come with me if you want. And I was like, well, I don't know where you're going and I don't know who your friends are. And I noticed everyone was drinking like White Claws and was drinking booze, but she wasn't. And I was like, she seems so healthy. And she's like drinking out of a flask, but she was just drinking water all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, so is the key to being beautiful and young and like have a bikini body like that just drinking water? And where are you going? She's like, well, you know, I'm going to a meditation. I was like, you're gonna leave a pool party to go to a meditation? She's like, yeah, it's important to me. And we only gather like once a week. And I said, well, that's really interesting. So she says, let me get your number. If you want to come next week, you can come. So she followed up and she called me the following week. It was on Mother's Day, and my mom's in Ohio, so I didn't have any plans. And her mom also is out of town, and she didn't have any plans. She's like, yeah, so we're gonna just get together. A meditation will be a few people. You're welcome to come. And I was like, well, what time does it start? She said 7 p.m. She called me at 2 in the afternoon. I was like, well, I don't have plans, so I'll meet you there. And ever since I went there, I just like connected with some cool people. They had lots of cool friends, and it's just become a new network of people that like drink water, have healthy activities, instead of people that like waste all their money at the bar. Because the bars aren't even open, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't know, that's like what
Some
I've been doing to
restaurants
take
are.
care of myself is like, I would say having a community of people that are healthier instead of a community of people that were feeling toxic. So I guess that's like kind of what
Yeah,
I've been talking
for sure.
about.
Okay. I like that.
Who do you hang out with?
I mean, just, I guess the same few people. That
People
I
on
have.
set?
We don't have a set right now, so there's like not much work
Oh, why
going
not?
on because it was shut down, the city.
Oh, Ben just texted back, by the way. Who was it? I'm getting called out for being pale. Ah, he's so funny.
Who do I hang out? I mean, I'm trying to be very disciplined as well, and I don't really have any like party people in my circle.
I'm not judging party people. I think that people that party are fun.
Zero judgment.
I'm just saying that like during a time when there's a pandemic and everyone's sad and everyone's afraid of getting sick, I just don't think that like the healthiest thing to do is to be drinking out of cups where you don't know if they've been washed, who was handling them in the kitchen. And like I've had, you know, cups delivered to me with water, and I'm like, is this filtered water? Is this sink water? And where did the ice come from? And also like
the ice thing always
there's
grosses
still
me out.
lipstick marks on the cup, and I feel rude asking people to bring me a new cup. So it's almost like bring your own cup to dinner if you're allowed to enter the building. Like it's just gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
But
I have a few people who are just close friends, and we just try to come up with like all sorts of like fun activities, and you know, doing a podcast, like hiking, and we're working out a lot.
I have a board game for you.
What's it called?
It's called The Gift of Enlightenment. It's a board game for adults that you can sit around and play all
Is
the time.
it sexual?
No, I got it from the Mystic Bookstore on Abbot Kinney in Venice. and when you could play for hours and hours and hours.
How many people is the minimum?
It says 2 to 6 players.
Oh, perfect.
Right? So it's like you could do it between
It's
one
gonna
person.
be me and my cat.
Well, exactly. Actually, I have played card games with my animals before too. You just tell them to sniff one, and then they pick a card, and then you can like read it to them. So there's like some other like, I don't know if it's like angel cards
get
or
it.
you know what I
like
mean?
that.
Like
Yeah.
it's just something to do because what else is there to do except for watch TV, snoop on Facebook, if you can even afford an internet bill. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, who knows these days.
I've been reading and like trying to do some educating and like there's so many
What book are
things.
you reading?
I was reading some like Russian classics.
Do you
and
speak
also,
it and read it?
Yeah. And also like I got onto like the TED Talk website. They have like a TED education
They
program.
can teach you everything on TED
And
Talks.
you can like pick a topic and go to that like down that rabbit hole, and it's just like criminology or some bullshit like that.
You know
And
what's
you
my
just,
favorite? Is the Masterclass app. Have you downloaded that with like Aaron Sorkin?
Yes, I know that.
Aaron Sorkin's on there. It basically, if like, if you want to learn how to screenwrite or whatever, they'll interview them and they'll tell you all their secrets.
They
It's
had
so
the
good.
yeah, like
And
the
maybe
first
that makes
one
me a
was with
terrible
Kevin
person.
Spacey though.
I think
Right,
it just makes you
and then
I agree.
I don't think it makes you a terrible person.
no, I think that that's correct. There's a bunch of people on there. There's even the woman who was about Vogue, the magazine, where she
Anna
Anna
Wintour?
Kournikova or
Oh.
Anna, yeah, whatever her name is. That yeah. The
Anna
person
lady.
that movie is about, the one that Anne Hathaway was in.
Yeah.
What's her
Anna
name?
Ventur.
Venturi?
No, just Ventur.
Winter.
Not Winter. I think it's Ventur.
I have no idea.
The editor-in-chief for Vogue magazine, right?
Right. She's
Yeah.
like, do you follow Chiara Ferragni?
No.
Oh, she's like some Italian Instagram superstar, and she's pretty cool. If you're like looking for
Wintour.
Wintour. Oh, Anna Wintour.
Wintour.
She's the one who did the Met Gala.
She's the Vogue lady.
I am so confused, but all the above, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's the lady from. That's who you're talking about.
Right, who Anne Hathaway plays, or Meryl Streep plays her in a real movie.
Yeah. But that's yeah. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore.
She has the master class thing. Yeah.
I feel like okay, if you could play a main character in a Quentin Tarantino movie, who would it be and what movie is it? It's gonna tell me a lot about you. If you're a comedic actress, or if you're a dramatic actress, or if you're a horror film star.
That's such a hard question.
Do you watch his movies? Kill
Yeah,
Bill?
yeah. I mean, obviously, like if I'm just thinking like type-wise, I would love to have all the roles that she played in his-
Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
Did you know that Uma Thurman's dad is Robert Thurman, and Robert Thurman
I don't know what to do with all these
is like the only American monk
It is a little buggy
who
today.
he has a place at Menla Mountain in New York, and I went there once to a silent retreat, which means like you don't talk for 5 days.
Okay.
It was really cool. So I've done like a lot of like different yoga retreats over the time when I used to like have time off and when I wasn't requested. The reason why I never had time off while I was running Heather Tans on Sunset is because I had to be available for everyone's wedding and birthday and holiday. So if I was out of town during a wedding, a birthday, or a holiday, then like who's gonna do their tan?
Yeah.
And everybody just wanted me to do it. And even though I would like delegate other people to do it, they would always say they're not Heather and it's not a Heather tan. So then I'm like, then you can change your wedding date. Or you can buy me a plane ticket to do it.
Yeah.
And you can pay a lot of money for me to do that.
You
And you
are
can buy me a hotel.
super busy always. It's
Yeah.
like you're there for every other person's like important day. But
Right.
like,
So when
do you
is
have
my
your own?
important
Yeah.
day? So my important day is today and every day for the rest of my life. You can consider me retired.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So it's okay.
I like that.
But just thanks to coronavirus, it's like that's just the way it's going to be because I don't know how it's all going to get paid back, and I don't know how anything's going to get covered financially, or like what's going to happen to people who had packages because they still want their tans, and honestly they should redeem them. I just don't know how or where that's going to happen, because where is it legal for us to operate?
That's so confusing.
I know. So these are the questions I've been dealing with, and my phone is full of text messages from inquiring people. I give them the best answer that I possibly think that I can, letting them know that I'm at the mercy of the California government and the federal government to resume. And when that happens, like, we'll talk. I have everybody's file. I have everybody's notes. I know what tan they did in the past. I know like who tanned them. I know if they liked it or not, and if there was a complaint or if there was a refund. And if anybody had any tans left, they will either get a credit in like free product that I'll send them, and then I'll teach them how to do it themselves. And it would just be like a dollar for dollar value. So like in your bag right now for retail, for what we sell, that's over $100. You know what I mean? Just in products. So if people had done a buy one get one free, that means that they spent $65, so they got 2 tans at $32.50 each. So that means that they spent $65 with my company. So I would send them $65 in products, and I would pay for, and they would have to pay for shipping, or I don't know how we would have to take care of that. So it's confusing, but it'll get resolved. It always does.
Yeah.
I was really stressed in the beginning because people kept asking for appointments, and the phone kept calling and ringing, and I wouldn't answer it unless I had a saved number. And it was interesting because I didn't realize I had your number, but look, if I go into the work phone, this is the work cell phone, Kate, you're there because you called so many times. So, and I always put airbrush at the end, so I knew that you were a tanning client and wasn't like one of my friends. Because this is my original cell phone number. You are one of my friends. Yeah. This is my original cell phone number, so it was left at the store. So if someone was answering Heather Tans on Sunset, they would know, oh, this is a tanning client, and they'd be able to look you up in the system. Some people only have a first name, some people have a first and last name, so it would be confusing. And then when people would ask for appointments, if we didn't save their number, what if we didn't have your information and we weren't able to contact you to let you know that the client before you is running late, and we wanted to give you a heads up so that you could either relax in the lobby or whatnot. And there was a lot of people who worked for my business that would actually steal from me and steal from stuff, and I would find out about it because I would answer the phone. And it would be people that would say, yeah, I was just at your business last week, and I said, okay, let me look up your information. And their information wouldn't be in the system, and I said, how did you pay? And they said, we paid cash. And I said, okay. So then I'd have to call, and I would call the girls, and I'd said some guy named XYZ came in for a tan last week. He wants to come back in again, but there's no notes for what he did. Was he a 9% bronzer or clear? And he's claiming he paid cash, but I don't see a cash deposit for that day. So I've had to turn into a private investigator for my own business. It's been embarrassing for the client and for the people who work for me that have had to come clean. It's okay though. It is what it is.
Thanks for doing this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Always such a good time.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
It's fun just to chat.
It's fun.
I know.
And it's especially when you're like watching somebody on social media all the time. You feel like you kind of know what's been happening in their lives. So you're like, let's catch up. But in reality, then you think about it, you're like, I haven't seen you in like a couple of years.
Well, I don't think it's been that long.
But it's okay. Like, that's life.